portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Co-chairs of the Urban Renewal Commission, Cynthia Mother Pratt and Algernon Allen, say Urban Renewal 2.0 is impacting the lives of residents in the inner city, many of which are considered hotspots for crime.
During a press conference at the Paul Farquharson Police Headquarters Monday, Pratt noted that the program that has touched many lives will continue to give focused attention to holistic strategies and integrate strategies that will help to uplift the communities in which they operate. Speaking to the impact of the program, she says in July, 70 adults received their general education diplomas after completing the Urban Renewal's GED program. Some 700 homes in New Providence have been repaired at a cost of $7 million since 2013, and some 200 young people participated in the Urban Renewal at-risk summer youth program.
The way forward for the Urban Renewal 2.0 program includes greater community involvement. And in this regard, in November of this year, the Urban Renewal Foundation will host a community forum, inviting community leaders and clergy persons to come together to discuss and make recommendations and commitments to the government for a better and stronger Bahamas.
Pratt says it is important that community leaders play an active role in making decisions that will impact their areas.
Urban Renewal therefore encourages the community advisory committees and youth advisory councils to proffer recommendations for developing and empowering residents and for green public spaces and clean environments. Through its many projects and programs, Urban Renewal continues to improve the quality of life of residents living in urban traditional communities.
28 people are participating in a hands-on climate change workshop at the Police Training College in Oaks Field. Through the Caribbean Climate Online Risk and Adaptation Tool, or CCORAL, participants will see all kinds of activities through a climate change lens and identify actions that minimize related loss. The Ministry of the Environment, along with the Caribbean Development Bank and the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, have partnered in this workshop. Environment Minister, the Honorable Kenred Dorsett, opened the week-long event. He encouraged everyone to become better educated on the subject as the Bahamas is most vulnerable to its effects.
We are a low-lying archipelagic chain of islands, an ocean nation. An increasing influx of dangerous weather patterns, rising sea levels, and devastating storms are destroying the land and structures that protect our land. For small island developing states such as the Bahamas, balancing the challenges of a changing climate with the desire for development is an even more daunting undertaking. This innovative training tool will help to support the sustainable development of our region.
In underscoring the importance of education as a means of slowing the onslaught of climate change, Minister Dorsett says private and public sector partnership is especially important. He also highlighted measures taken by the government.
Here in the Bahamas, we are taking concrete steps to reduce our carbon footprint. We adopted a national energy policy which includes the introduction of renewable energy goals of a minimum of 30% of energy generation by way of renewable energy technologies by the year 2030. We also continue to focus on adaptation to climate change, despite our limited access to grant and concessional funding. We have expanded our marine protected areas network beyond 10% of our nearshore and marine environment, and we've also established the Bahamas Protected Area Fund. We have done these things and more to enhance our resilience to the adverse impacts of climate change.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Janae Noel Ferguson. Doctors Hospital Health Systems Limited Chairman report published today indicated that the consolidated net profit for 6 months ending July 31st, 2015 was $1,208,792 or 12 cents per share. Doctors Hospital Bahamas Limited profits was $1,705,820. Consolidated net revenue increased by $1.985 million or 8.5%, and the total inpatient days for the 6 months are up by 13% in the critical care areas. President and CEO of Benchmark Consulting Services, Billy Bowe, is now a certified international speaker. She recently graduated from Speaking Empire's Speaking and Marketing Academy following an intense training course held in Clearwater, Florida. The internationally acclaimed academy empowers business leaders to mold their message and offerings using a dynamic and proven framework. Mrs. Bowe will put her new skills to work at her first women's event, dubbed the Coco Chanel Principles of Business for Women, which will be held on Saturday, October 3rd at the Grand Lucine Resort in Grand Bahama. And in international business news, European Union agriculture ministers have announced a £365 million aid package after thousands of farmers protested on the streets of Brussels. The mainly Belgian, French, and German farmers were protesting against plummeting prices for their produce. They blocked streets with tractors near the EU headquarters where agriculture ministers were meeting. The European Commission said it was well aware of the difficult situation faced by farmers. Well, that's your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Janae Noel Ferguson.
Students excel academically and develop improved literacy skills. A new reading program has been introduced at E.P. Roberts Primary School. Today, RBC Royal Bank donated $25,000 worth of technology equipment to the school to facilitate Mission Educate Bahamas Tune into Reading state-of-the-art computer lab. RBC Royal Bank Managing Director Nathaniel Benaby sees the donation as an investment into the growth and development of this country.
Important corporate initiative for us, as comprehensive technological education has been proven to help students excel academically and develop improved literacy skills. Good reading skills also promote individuality, bolster self-esteem, and can help youth develop a stronger sense of self-awareness. As many of you may know, RBC's commitment has been demonstrated through donations of time and financial resources to many schools throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Minister of Education, the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald, says his ministry's emphasis this year is on quality, and he believes the program will help accomplish that, essentially producing quality students thanks to corporate sponsors like RBC.
Your belief in the ability of this program to enhance literacy levels among our primary students is indeed noble and worthwhile. The $25,000 worth of contribution for computers has been well placed in this school's computer lab and will assist and enhance the asset of this historic community of Anglestown. I am sure that your gift has been well received, and Principal Morse and the entire administration, teachers, the students, as well as the parents of E.P. Roberts, thank you greatly.
Bahamian beauty queen and model Celeste Marshall makes a name for herself and the country at the Top Model of the World competition in Egypt. She secured the first runner-up spot next to Top Model of the World 2015 Kushima Alina of Ukraine, and second runner-up was Irene Velasquez of Venezuela. Celeste also walked away with the best national costume depicting a sun goddess. She gets a one-year contract with Time Model, and she's also been offered a hosting position on UBC TV networks out of New York City. The event took place on Friday at the Ancient Sands Resort in El Gouna, Egypt.
The secret is out. Tonight we take a trip to Nagua as we get a sneak peek of its wonders. Here's Keishla Adderley.
From up here, the best-kept secret is revealed. The lighthouse in Inagua provides a calming view of the southern island with its exclusive wonders, which the administrator recently appointed to Inagua has already claimed.
I am told it's the best-kept secret. So in order for you to find it, you must come here for yourself and experience such a thing.
Samuel Miller's only been in Inagua for a few months, but he was quite comfortable filling me in on what to look for.
The first time seeing the wild donkeys and the wild boars, I was seeing flamingos. I've seen flamingos in quite a large flock in Megawana several years ago when I worked down there. Okay. It's somewhere in the Betsy Bay area.
Were you in awe? Like I will be later on?
I was in awe because of the number of birds as opposed to what I've seen, what I saw recently. But when you go in the area where the modern salt is, you see all kinds, all sizes, all shapes. And it looks so beautiful.
Inagua isn't like most far-flung family islands. Its road network, for example, includes blocks and intersections, and even a few stop signs.
You don't see that in the family islands often.
It's highly unusual.
Yeah.
Highly unlikely.
And this Meadow Street, that looks familiar. We have a Meadow Street
in Nassau, in Baintown. It reminds me that they have a East Street somewhere in the back there. Somewhere in the back there.
But despite Inagua's relatively modern features, its spot on the map makes good communication capabilities a matter of life and death.
And that's a connection to the head office, New Providence, as well as to other family islands, because without BTC, there's hardly any point being here. We rely on BTC as well as we rely heavily on the mailboat services. Without mailboat service in the family island, you're really punished. You get eternal hell.
BTC is also working on a network with the goal of keeping family island administrators on the same page. BTC Senior Manager Ian Knowles.
There is an initiative by the government of Bahamas to ensure that they connect all the administrators' offices in the family island, so whenever they have cases, that all the database will be right there on the site. Well, actually, so that they have magistrates that come from Nassau down there, so they could literally go online and see just how it is sitting in Nassau. And it's a secure network that rides over the MPLS network from BTC.
So despite its location, BTC has Inagua covered. Not quite sure how they feel about it, but it's not quite a secret anymore. Keishla Adderley for the BTC Island Connection.